What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, and I'm very excited because this is now my third interview with none other than former and inaugural NXT Women's North American Champion and your current TNA Knockouts World Champion, Kelani Jordan. Kelani, welcome back to the channel. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm awesome. So, Kelani, I mentioned just now that this is our third interview. Now, here's the crazy thing. I spoke to you in 2023 when you were kind of just getting started. We were like getting to know you. And then at the end of 2024, by that point, you were like, holding the NXT North American Women's Championship, etc. Right? Then fast forward to now, the latter end of 2025, and you got gold once again. So, what I'm trying to get at is that every time I talk to you, you keep leveling up.
Yes, maybe it's a trend. Maybe we should talk every single year, so that way I just keep getting gold every single year.
I was thinking that. I was like, you know what? Based on how we're going, by the end of 2026 next year, I'm like, we're just going to keep it going. But now,
Exactly.
Kelani, you should be proud though, because it is so cool to have able to see your trajectory now throughout these last couple of years, and now holding that Knockouts Championship. Let's start there. Being champ, how does that feel, especially of another promotion?
Well, honestly, it always feels good when you have gold around your waist, rocking it on your shoulder. But I'm aware that I know I'm a target in the NXT locker room. I know I'm a target in the TNA locker room because everyone wants gold. But especially when you're an NXT superstar and you take another brand's title, it doesn't always, people aren't always the happiest, if that makes sense.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. But here's the thing, like, now you've sort of basically said, like, hey, I was dominant in one promotion, in one division, and now it feels like you're about to really start making things happen on the TNA side. And you've had some matches. You obviously are going to continue on. You were at Bound for Glory. So going to a different locker room, and like you said, some people are not going to like it. What has that experience been like, though, working with other women in a different environments than what you're used to?
Definitely, I feel I've grown so much because I've only ever known NXT. I've only ever known the NXT locker room. So being able to experience a different locker room, it's allowed me to grow not only in the ring, but also in the business side of things. I'm able to just adapt, be flexible, and just experience all different athletes. And I feel like that has really helped me in my in-ring performance. But also, I just feel like I just can appreciate it more being able to like train at NXT, but then go to TNA and just have like everything happen all at once and just grow so much in such a short time.
It feels like suddenly, do you feel like there's just so much more attention on you than there ever was before?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Especially so, like from the North American Championship, I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm just so happy I finally got a title. Like, this is so cool. I'm just happy to be here. But I feel like now I feel like pressure, but in a different way. Like, I don't feel the need to prove myself the way I had to set the tone for the North American. I more so feel like I'm just going to keep being Kelani Jordan. And I do feel like there's more eyes because I have a whole different brand on my shoulders. So I feel like it's awesome because pressure is a privilege. So I love it. I'm loving the attention, whether people like it or not.
So you mentioned like that pressure, but that pressure being a privilege. But
Yeah,
I feel like I'm assuming that pressure is also pressure that you're putting upon yourself, right?
absolutely.
But in a way, that pressure has kind of helped you get to the point where you are now.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like the best things happen under pressure. I don't know what the saying is, like diamonds happen under pressure. And I feel like because you can practice all you want, but there's nothing like going out there and doing it for real, doing it in front of people, doing it live. So I feel like the pressure has really shaped me and has helped my confidence grow. Like I'm not the same Kelani Jordan that you talked to last year, even the year before, even the same Kelani Jordan 2 weeks ago. So I definitely think pressure and just having this title has allowed me to grow so much. And I still have so much more to learn and so much more to like grow upon.
You mentioned not being the same Kalani. When you think back to like Kalani that had just gotten started, it's like, deer out of the headlights, like, oh my God, this is happening. What's happening here? Here I am in this beast, right?
Mhm.
And now you're like owning it. But how do you look back at that past Kalani?
I think she was cute, of course. I think Kelani was cute, just happy to be here, just trying to like navigate and find her path. But now I feel like I'm more confident. I feel like I know I work hard. I know I study. I know I'm passionate about this, and I feel like I just like have this confidence that I didn't have before. Not saying, oh, I wasn't confident in my potential or whatever, but I just feel like now I'm just way more confident in who I am and just learning who I am. And again, there's still times that I get nervous. I get nervous every single time, but I just feel like I know like I have the potential to be someone great.
I saw that confidence in you this past Tuesday when you went out there and you cut this promo and you were like going off. I was watching and screaming at some of the things you were saying. I was like, yes, you go, Kelani. There was a lot of pressure there when you are front and center in that ring, straight to camera, cutting this crazy promo. And as a champion, like you said, there's a lot of eyes on you. What like was the emotions for you for in that moment?
Yeah, so I kind of felt a few things. One, I knew it was a challenge for me because I've never cut a promo that long in my life. So I was like, all right, that's a challenge in itself. But also, I felt like HBK put me out there because he believed in me and he knew I could do it. And he knew I had a lot of things on my chest that I needed to get off ever since I won this title and people saying I was a traitor, being booed, and all this stuff. So I felt like, I'm not going to let him down. I'm not going to let myself down. And everyone who did believe in me and knew that I was doing the right thing by going in there, winning this title, I was like, I'm not going to let all the people who believe in me down. And even those who booed me, I was like, I'm going to show you just why I'm Kelani Jordan. So I felt like nervous because I just wanted it to go so well. And I also wanted to make sure that I was getting my point across and stating my truth, whether people don't believe my truth or not.
Yeah. Oh my God. I felt that confidence though. And it felt so exciting to get to hear you and see hear what you had to say because we've seen Kelani in the ring. We know she can go. So now it's like, all right, who is she on the mic? And I thought that part was just like really cool to see. So now I do want to talk about this like whole NXT TNA, we had the showdown that you got to be part of, the collaboration. It feels like it's all happened so fast. From a talent's perspective, you're seeing the news, you're hearing the excitement, but you don't know what's in store. What's like the, I guess you can say, overwhelming, thought process for the talent when it comes to like this kind of announcements? Honestly,
I feel like I would say in my past when I did gymnastics at Michigan State, I always was the kind of person who like needed everything planned out. I needed to do what I was gonna do today. Everything like had to be in the right order. But I feel like now, like we were talking about confidence before, I feel like I'm more just like when it happens in the moment, it happens. So when those announcements happen, oh, you're gonna be on Team TNA, I just take it and I deal with it. I don't feel like I feel like I don't worry about like, oh, planning for this, planning for that. I more so just like stay ready so I don't have to get ready. That's kind of like my motto that I live by now. So when I'm adaptable, I'm flexible. So whenever, oh, you're on Team TNA, all right, I'm going to represent Team TNA to the best of my ability. So I just feel like whenever announcements happen, I'm just like, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever.
I feel like that's definitely the way to go. Kelani, one of the things that I've been thinking about every single week when I watch NXT is that there are so many women, right? And for the longest time, like we've been talking about it, and it's like the strength, right, in the show is the women. But at the same time, there's only so much amount of time that everybody gets, right? Like, so what I'm trying to get at here is you have managed to stay at the top and consistently be like someone we're seeing on the show, and you continue to elevate. What do you attribute that to? And, trying to make sure, because obviously you want everyone to succeed, but it's also, a place where you have to, make sure that you're competitive enough to stay at the top.
Absolutely. I feel like for me personally, I'm always in the ring. I'm always working. I know everyone works hard, but I feel like the biggest separating factor for me, I would say, is I study a lot. I'm very much so a student of the game because I didn't grow up watching wrestling my whole life. I kind of got a late start when it comes to like watching. So I feel like I was like, I need to make up for lost time. So I study like a lot of the greats. I study HBK, of course, RVD, Eddie Guerrero, all the Lita, you name it. So I feel like I don't know what other people do. I kind of just worry about myself, but I know for me, I study a lot of film not even of myself, more so of just like the people who are like the Hall of Famers, the people who've been there, who've done it. And I also like to pick the greats brains, the people that we have here at the Performance Center. We have all these people who traveled the world, and I really sometimes just sit down with them and just pick their brain, ask them just to get that knowledge that I don't know. And I'm not afraid to say I don't know.
Like, help me, what do we got here?
Yeah.
Late last year, you had that moment with RVD on the show.
Mm.
Oh boy, what was that like?
Oh, I was fangirling for sure. I was like, this is so crazy. I can't believe this is happening. But it was awesome. RVD is so cool. And also it was just like a fun thing to be able to like hear his experience and also just give me some motivation saying like, you know, you're gonna be someone, just keep at it, believe in yourself, and just dare to be different.
Oh man, you're like, that's exactly what I needed to hear.
Yes.
You know that, like,
Yeah.
I got the nod, the yes, the
Yeah,
proceed.
I got the co-sign, and he even co-signed. He was like, he loved how I attributed like a lot of like played homage to a lot of my moves set to his move set. And he was like, he loves it. He's like, I love it. You're my protege.
Yes, I mean, I'm sure he must feel so good that like he made such an impact in someone's life, and that now, because every time you go out there and you do anything that is, you know, attributed to RVD, people like think of him, and it's like cool, like, hey man, like my spirit in wrestling continues on through, you know, through the new generations. But you know, you mentioned sort of picking at like people's brains and whatnot. I'm curious because you did get to be part of the Evolution, and that was a wonderful show with, you know, all the women, and you guys all got to be together in one space. That experience, being with all of these women that have gotten to the top, what was that like?
It was amazing. Like, it was just so cool. Honestly, just being able to like, for example, in the Royal, being able to be in the ring with Natty, someone who has like trailblazed, like, and made the path for like women like me. It's so cool. And also that she's still active on the roster. And I feel like it's just a cool moment to see how far women's wrestling has evolved in being able to hear their stories. Like, even one time we were on a road loop, and Leilani Kai came up and she was crying, saying, and she was just like, this is so beautiful how far women's wrestling has advanced. And that's when we got to take a picture with her. So I think it's just such a beautiful thing being able to hear these women who paved the way for girls like me and just hear their story, but also just how happy they are for us. Like, oh my gosh, the athleticism, this, and this. We love how much women's wrestling is on the map now. Like, it's just so cool to be able to like hear their stories and also be a part of something that they work so hard for.
Yes, I personally feel like we are right now in the golden age of women's wrestling, and you are one of those women that are, you know, leading that path, and it's awesome to see. Kelani, when it comes to, I got two more questions for you. Saturday night's main event, John Cena made this announcement that there's going to be NXT talent versus, you know, main roster talent. If you got the opportunity to be on that show, one, what would it mean to you? And two, who are some people that you're like, oh my God, I would die if I got in the ring with them?
Yes. It would honestly mean the world being able, one, to be on John Cena's last show, which is literally history making. Like, that's just crazy. That would be so awesome. But also being able to be considered like, oh, these are some of NXT's future. Like, this is the future. Being able to be in that group that they call, oh, this is the future of the business, would mean the absolute world to me. And then if I could wrestle anyone on that show, I would say in this moment, I would probably pick Rhea or Io.
Oh my God. I would like die if you got that opportunity. It'd be awesome because you know you'd get like a hell of an amazing wrestling match. And since we're on the topic of John Cena as well, he was at the PC. I saw your picture with him. And you know, he was taking pictures of everybody. What was he like? How was that? Like, what went down?
First of all, he is just so intellectual and he's incredible. He gave us so much insight. He honestly just kept reminding us that, hey, wrestling's a journey. It's not going to always be the mountaintop, but it's also, there's going to be times where you're in the valleys. So he just kept on like reinforcing, hey, believe in yourself, dare to be different. He told me, because I asked him a few questions, he's like, just keep doing what you're doing, stay the course, because guess what? There's going to be times where sometimes on social media, people love you. Sometimes in the crowd, they love you, but sometimes they boo you, and that's okay. He's like, he was a baby face for so long, and there was times where the crowd turned on him, but guess what? He's still John Cena, and they're still paying tickets to come see him. So he just kind of reminded us like, hey, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be hills, but just believe in yourself and keep at it, because then you're destined for greatness.
Oh, I love that. That's like, top
Yeah,
tier advice right there.
literally, yeah, literally.
NXT Gold Rush that is taking place the next 2 weeks. You're going to be defending your title against Jordan Grace and Lei Ying Lee. Tell the people about that, and of course where they can watch NXT Gold Rush.
Yes, absolutely. So, one, I'm ready for Gold Rush because I have been waiting for this moment because I'm finally ready to shut Jordan Grace up for good. I see her talking a lot on social media. The same with Lei Ying Lee, talking a lot on social media, saying I brought shame to the title. If anything, I've elevated this title on both brands. So, everyone, if you want to see this bomb triple threat, you can watch on CW Network at 8 p.m. or just come to MSG, the theater, and you can watch it live.
Amazing. Alrighty, guys. I want to thank Kelani Jordan for taking the time to chat with me today. Thank you to everybody watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out NXT Gold Rush. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.